The board. Again, it's not hard to pass.
That's cold.
Touch it.
Fuck. Pose on my belt and my shoe.
Huh?
Yeah, start doing that.
Yeah, do me a favor. Get out.
To catch a varmint, you gotta be a varmint.
Right? Now?
Yes, right.
Are you sure?
I used to drag here back in high school, quarter mile away from here.
在赛当中，现在我有冰淇淋，我很喜欢冰淇淋。
拉力！ Let's take a look at it though, because it is beautiful. The way you did it was absolutely perfect.
Oh no! Who's gonna get tired first? Oh my goodness! Huge
The steel Floyd Mayweather's hat.
It's all on the line here. Oh, wait a minute, Jared. Oh my God, watch Orton. Look at Orton. Come find me, because somebody's gonna get hurt tonight. Oh, wait a minute. My God, look at Orton. Get back here. Look out. The Lord Almighty. KO. The delivery. Brutally. Aggressively. And there goes the referee. Triple H assaulted the referee.
What's going on, guys? K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day today. Now, we have seen a massive move for Bitcoin, almost 25%, over 25% on some exchanges. And a lot of people have come out and are asking me, should I sell right now? Is it too late to buy? Well, I do want to discuss that today because there is a lot of talk right now about this coordinated sort of Wall Street and regulators in the background fudding crypto, right? So that they could get their hands in it and control it. Now, we talked about this, and I'm telling you, I have seen things like this time and time again, where they FUD, they make everyone freak out, everyone's panicking, and then boom, all of a sudden there's like 5 companies and more, now trying to get ETFs, right? Very convenient. We have some interesting whale data that could suggest that these big players are getting in right now. And I do also want to talk about what's going on in the charts, because we are at a level right now where this could literally be the actual turning point for Bitcoin as a whole. And this could really be what we've been waiting for all along. So make sure you stick around to the end. I also do have a special little treat for you guys, but I'm going to dive in right now and let you guys know exactly what I'm looking at. But make sure you stick around to the end, guys. Very important content today. So as you guys can see right here, Bitcoin has had a monumental rally from all the way down here at around 24,800, and we peaked up at around 30,800 for a 24% increase. Absolutely massive, mega move for the bulls right here. Of course, why did we get this move? What is going on? Is this actually the institutions accumulating in the background? And a lot of people were asking me yesterday about whether or not, this could be the top and we're going to start rolling over. Well, that's what I'm going to talk about today, because you can see right here, we have tapped very important levels, right? This was the main level we were looking at right here at around that $25,300 level. And then we had this $31,000 area right here. Now, just to point out, we technically did not get up to this high that we had right here. This was around 31,035, and this only went up to around 30,755. This is over on Bitstamp. I'm sure it's different on some other exchanges, but we're going to have to really get through this $31,000 area and hold above it for me to start getting super bullish. You could see why we can't get above this area right now, right? Lots of support, multiple support for over a year and a half, and then it turned into this little bit of resistance, right? But if we can break and hold above this, then I would actually say we're probably off to the races. And yeah, things could get very crazy very fast, because as you guys could see right here, yes, we technically have a little bit right in this area, maybe you could say right around the 38,000, right? You could see right there. But if we look at the Fibonacci retracement, the next area of interest is really up at around $47,000 right at the top of this red. And you could see how many times we interacted with it right here as a support, right here as a resistance, right here as resistance for 3 straight months, okay? So you could see that that is an area of interest that we could get pulled up to. But something that has me really excited right now was I told you I was getting a little bit worried about what I was seeing over on these lower time frames. Well, thanks to this move that we just got, you can actually see right here that we are moving into this sort of teal on the bands, right? And we know that generally speaking, after a few days, usually within a week, we go back into the green, right? Same thing happened over here. So you could see if we actually look at the daily, we just got back into that blue. So generally speaking, as you can see, once we do, we stay up for quite a long time, right? And again, over on the weekly, I'm curious to see how this candle is going to affect these EMAs, because we could potentially flip into the green, and that would be massively, massively bullish. We did officially get that cross on the EMA, so I'm pretty happy with that. That is extremely bullish, especially with such a strong move. And what's crazy is you could see this big candle, how we had that right there, right? Same thing. We dip down into it and boom. It's like a trampoline, right? It just, you jump on it and it just springs you right back up again. And the other thing that I wanted to point out too is if we actually look at this MACD down here, you can actually see that the MACD is looking like it's about to have that crossover, which means we're going to move into the green. Now, I know it's hard to see down here because you got to like zoom in, right? And because it gets really small back in the day, but I have put these lines here, and basically every single time we've had one of these crossovers, I marked right here with the green. So you could basically see that once we had this crossover, there was a 5,120% increase from that point. This one right here, now, I don't know if this kind of got a little bit weird because COVID, dropped us down 50% from that area. But, if you want to, I mean, you could say that this one's an outlier. Maybe it was a fluke because we did have that COVID crash. But, either way, if you take it from, here to the top, obviously you have a Fibonacci, which is not what I meant to do. I grabbed the wrong tool. Excuse me, guys. From here to the top, that was 660%, or even if you just take it from the time that it flashed right here, that was about 500%. So the question is, are we going to have that same type of a move? And also just mentioning that we are back above the 50 on the monthly, which is quite interesting. You could see it supported us this entire time. This was a really strange time that we fell below it, but we are back above it again. So having a look right here, even just simply looking at this parallel trend, basically, I don't know the exact level, but it's somewhere around 28,000 roughly, right around here. If we can break and hold above this, then I definitely think we may see some sort of a retest like this next week, but then I would say we are definitely off to the races. And by the way, for anybody who is wondering what's going on, well, Bitcoin whale transactions have hit their highest hour in over 3 months at 259 transactions, exceeding 1 million. So the whales are getting involved, guys. This is why I'm saying when you're selling your Bitcoin, who is it that you are selling to? This does show that there's confidence. And guess what? We have more ETFs. Financial giants Valkyrie and Bitwise have joined the wave of applicants seeking approval for a spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund in the US. And Michael Saylor says the window to front run institutional demand for Bitcoin is closing. Now, is he just being a moon boy? Should you run out and, buy all the Bitcoin right now? Because a lot of people are asking, should you wait? Well, the thing is, guys, if we really flip above this 30K level, which has been holding us, really for quite some time. I don't know why I can't seem to find it right here. The 30K. Yeah, this area right here. I mean, you could see this is, over a year of acting as this support. So yeah, is it possible we get rejected? Of course, anything's possible. But at the same time, I believe once we flip this into support, I'm not sure we're ever coming back down here again. So I would say if anybody has accumulated down here, congratulations. Should you wait? I'm not going to give financial advice, but I think if we flip this and close this by the end of the week, I would probably say that you're probably not really going to get those discounts again. Maybe we have a retest of around 25, maybe. But that is a very, very, very strong maybe again. So coming over here, we had Fidelity, Invesco, Wisdom Tree, Valkyrie, joining BlackRock as well. And Cameron Winklevoss, he said that the current situation is like buying before an IPO, stressing that buying Bitcoin before ETFs hit the market is critical. He believes that both institutions and retail investors are actively accumulating Bitcoin, but the doors for buying the cryptocurrency are closing rapidly. Winklevoss's statement implies that the entry of institutional investors into the market will likely limit opportunities for retail investors to buy Bitcoin at bargain prices. Will Clemente said, surely BlackRock, Fidelity, Citadel, Schwab, etc. are all trying to get a piece of Bitcoin crypto because they think it's a Ponzi scheme that's worthless because it has no intrinsic value and is only used for money laundering, right? And this is where that sort of conspiracy comes in. This was actually over on the cryptocurrency Reddit, and this person writes, this whole operation right now from the SEC and other government organizations against crypto has undoubtedly been planned beforehand with some precision and a definitive goal. That goal being to kill a lot of crypto firms that dominate the market, which would also make sense why we had the attacks directly eyed at Binance and Coinbase. They want to cut crypto off from the head. The SEC, they're clearly not doing this for us. They're doing it for their friends, aka their donors. They want to clean crypto up and empty the market field for the big giants to enter and take it all. Those will be the likes of BlackRock, Soros Fund, JP Morgan, Citadel, and many other banks and investment firms that have seen how much money can be made in this crypto space. And again, yes, that's exactly what they're doing. They don't like that Coinbase got to front run them and became the big guys. They want their friends to be the big guys. They want to be in charge, right? And the crypto community is definitely aware of what is going on. Like Miles points out, June 5th and 6th, the SEC files lawsuits against Binance and Coinbase. June 15th, BlackRock files for spot Bitcoin ETF. June 20th, crypto exchange backed by Citadel, Schwab, and Fidelity, EDX Markets, goes live. The TradFi takeover is here. Preston Pish says, I'm sorry, but after watching BlackRock, Fidelity, Citadel, Schwab, and now Deutsche Bank all apply for Bitcoin ETFs, spot exchanges, etc., only a few days after the SEC drops a TRO on Binance and sues Coinbase, how can't you think this entire past year was a giant inside job coordinated between the Wall Street parasites and government regulators so that they could catch up? Michael Vandepop, same thing. BlackRock applies for a spot, Fidelity, Citadel. I mean, you guys know the drill. The big players are jumping in, so should you. Now, should you take that as advice? Well, obviously do your own research. Nothing on this channel is ever financial advice, but like Cameron Winklevoss was saying, the great accumulation of Bitcoin has begun. Anyone watching the flurry of ETF filings understands the window to purchase pre-IPO Bitcoin. If Bitcoin was the most obvious and best investment of the past decade, this will likely be the most obvious and best trade of this decade. So this is exactly what I was saying, and it was really crazy how the charts were starting to look a little bit weak, and literally one day before we had that pump, I had just put the video out where I said, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. It is just too negative right now. This is just feeling very reminiscent of some previous times where they did the same exact thing. They were saying crypto's dead, it's dying, don't buy it, right? And all this FUD was coming out, and then boom, out of nowhere, price skyrockets, then all this good news comes out. It is just too typical, and I was not surprised to see the move that we just had. And it's not just, us and everyone that's waking up to it. I mean, check out this pretty cool video that it's a GenZbtc or something, and I mean, even they're getting involved in the movement.
Do you know what is happening to your money without your permission?
Not really. But my money is a measurement of my time, my work, my effort, and my ability to acquire my needs and wants in life, right?
Yes. Let's see what is happening to your hard-earned dollars. This glass of purple soda represents what a single dollar was worth 13 years ago. This second glass represents what a dollar is worth now.
Gosh, it's getting really watered down.
Yep. It has less value than what it did before. It has less flavoring and coloring and would now take many more glasses to ever reach the original flavoring, coloring, or value. And this is your dollar in the future, and pretty quickly.
Whoa. Ew, they barely even taste like soda anymore.
And this is what happens in a debt-based monetary system where the government can print money from nothing. It waters down existing money and money you currently earn or save.
How did this even happen?
Well, It started when we went off the gold standard and our money became backed only by the promise and faith of our system rather than the actual amount the gold was equal to.
Wait, this is just like the soda. Things are becoming more expensive because money is being watered down, diluted, or debased.
Yes. It now takes more of it to buy the same ingredients or products you may have bought in the past.
Wow, that is awful.
But there is another option. This glass of orange soda represents 1 Bitcoin 13 years ago. And this glass represents 1 Bitcoin today. This last glass represents what it will be forever into the future. Bitcoin can never be watered down or diluted because it is a fixed supply. It is a monetary system fully decentralized and distributed around the world.
What does that mean?
Basically, this means its value is created by individuals utilizing it all over the world, not governments or dictators. Understanding it in relation to our fiat money can be difficult, but in simple terms, to begin with, it's simply this glass versus this glass. Which would you rather earn and save in? One that retains solid and hard value, or one that's continually being watered down?
So, I mean, it's not really like a crazy, super inventive video, but you got to give it out to them. They're spreading the word. They're doing their thing. So that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Hope you are enjoying your day. If you do want to learn how to trade, I do recommend these tutorials popping up right here, right now. Probably the easiest one is BitGet, but it is a centralized exchange. You guys know the drill, yada, yada, yada. But I do have tutorials for that, $56,000 in bonuses. Until next time, guys, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.